Have you ever wondered why that neighbor of yours, with the faded sedan and the plain t-shirt, somehow seems completely unfazed by life's surprises? Or how they can slip away for a long vacation without a single social media post about it? While broke people are always very loud about their activities and lifestyle, or they go broke trying to show a lifestyle, let's take a journey down the road of one of the richest men in the world. In a quiet neighborhood in Omaha, Nebraska, lives a man who's been one of the richest people in the world for decades. No bodyguards, no sports cars, no mansion on a hill, just a modest house he bought in 1958 for $31,500 and never left. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, a billionaire who still drives himself to work every morning, eats breakfast at McDonald's, and uses the same phone for years. When asked why he never upgraded his lifestyle, Buffett said, "I'm not interested in cars or yachts. What really matters is time and freedom." And that's when you realize the richest people often hide in plain sight, not because they can't afford luxury, but because they understand something most people never learn. Wealth isn't about what you show, it's about what you control. The richest people often live in plain sight. They see no need for showing off their wealth. They have the habit of allowing their money to multiply quietly and say nothing about it. This isn't about being cheap or depriving yourself, because somehow they still tend to live better lives than everyone else. What they do is play the game completely differently. The world worships the flash. People max out credit cards for attention and lease cars just to impress strangers. But the truly wealthy, those with lasting financial freedom, know a simple truth. Real power doesn't need to be seen to be felt. They've chosen a path called quiet wealth, and it's one of the most powerful strategies for building a fortune today. They choose freedom over flex, security over status, and here's something you should remember. If you don't understand this game, you could spend your entire life earning money and still end up with nothing that truly lasts. You'll keep chasing bigger paychecks and shinier things, all while your financial foundation quietly erodes, eaten away by lifestyle creep, inflation, and unnoticed habits. In this documentary, we'll uncover the exact principles and everyday choices the quietly wealthy like Warren Buffett live by, and how you can start applying them to your own life, beginning today. Rule 1. Refine life by removing excess. Getting rich isn't about adding more. It's about mastering the art of subtraction, cutting what drains your time, money, and peace. The quiet wealth approach is simpler and far more powerful. Before you pay rent, before groceries, before anything else, pay you first. A portion of your income should leave your main account the moment it arrives, automatically. No hesitation, no decisions, no emotion. This isn't about saving what's left at the end of the month. It's about learning to live on what remains after you've invested in your future. One teacher I know set a transfer for the exact morning his paycheck hits. He says by the time he's poured his first coffee and checked his phone, the money's already gone, quietly working for him. He never touches it. He never even sees it. And that's the secret. Because wealth isn't built by willpower. It's built by systems that protect you from yourself. Rule 2. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Reject lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is a silent killer of wealth and no one talks about it. It's that natural urge to spend more every time you earn more. You get a raise and suddenly your rent, car payment, or vacation budget inflates to match. But Warren Buffett never fell for that trap. Despite being one of the richest men in the world, he still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958 for just $31,500. He could afford mansions anywhere on the planet, but he chose to live below his means. Why? Because wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and grow. It's why so many people with good income still live paycheck to paycheck. The quiet wealth practitioner wages a war against this. When they get a raise, they pretend it never happened. Take Warren Buffett, for example. When Berkshire Hathaway's profits exploded, he didn't upgrade his lifestyle. He upgraded his investments. Instead of chasing luxury, he poured billions into businesses he understood and trusted. While others celebrated their pay raises with new toys, Buffett celebrated his compounding. That's the mindset difference. Freeze your lifestyle for just 1 year after each raise, and watch how fast your wealth piles up. A Federal Reserve survey even found that households who resisted lifestyle creep after income increases built 3 times more net worth in a decade than those who didn't. Rule 3. Invest in quality, not logos. In a world screaming with brand names, quiet wealth whispers. This isn't about chasing cheap deals or flaunting designer labels. It's about valuing craftsmanship, longevity, and purpose. The quietly wealthy understand that true value isn't in the logo stitched on the surface, but in how long something lasts and how well it's made. They buy for durability, not display. A well-made pair of shoes that lasts a decade outperforms trendy sneakers that fall apart in a year. The same goes for clothing. Getting good tailored pieces that fit you perfectly always goes a long way. They age well, elevate your presence, and quietly signal refinement without ever saying a word. Quiet wealth is built on intention. Every purchase is an investment, not a statement. They buy a well-engineered, reliable car and drive it for years, while others lease a new luxury vehicle every 3. Studies and millionaire habit research consistently show that nearly 62% of self-made millionaires drive cars over 5 years old. This quiet strategy saves them enormous amounts of money and keeps them invisible. A person driving a 10-year-old Honda and wearing a simple, well-fitted sweater doesn't turn heads. But that's the point. Their wealth isn't parked in the driveway. It's compounding in assets that grow quietly over time. They value utility over vanity, substance over show. In a culture obsessed with looking rich, they focus on staying rich. Rule 4. Create a self-running wealth system. Building a self-running wealth system starts with learning the right skills and setting the right structure. You don't need to be a financial expert, just consistent. First, educate yourself on basic money management and investing. Understand how budgeting, saving, and compounding work. Then, set up automatic transfers the moment your income arrives. A fixed percentage to your investment account, another to your emergency fund, and a smaller portion for daily spending. Next, invest in simplicity. Low-cost index funds or ETFs that track the market. They grow steadily without needing constant attention. As your income increases, adjust your contributions, not your lifestyle. Finally, build skills that raise your earning power. Freelancing, investing, communication, or business management. The more valuable your skills, the more fuel your system gets. It's a blend of structure and self-growth. Automate the flow, upgrade your skills, and let time and consistency do the rest. Willpower is overrated. Even the most disciplined people have weak moments. And the quietly wealthy know this. That's why they don't depend on motivation. They depend on structure. They create a self-running wealth system, one that operates 24/7, quietly compounding in the background, even while they sleep. The moment their paycheck lands, the system takes over. A fixed percentage flows automatically into a low-cost diversified index fund. Another portion moves to a high-yield savings account or an investment portfolio. No hesitation, no second-guessing, no emotional spending. By automating every step, they eliminate the single biggest threat to any financial plan: human choice. There's no daily willpower battle. No, I'll start next month. The system makes the right move every single time. It's simple, it's silent, and it's how real wealth is built, not through hype, but through habit. Rule 5. Master patience. In the pursuit of wealth, patience is the rarest currency. In a world addicted to instant results and get-rich-quick fantasies, quiet wealth plays a different game. The long one. It's not flashy, it's not fast, and it's certainly not for the impatient. But it works. Every time. Warren Buffett built his fortune not through timing the market, but through time in the market. He once said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." His strategy? Decades of disciplined investing, reinvesting dividends, and letting compounding do the heavy lifting. He doesn't panic when markets fall. He looks for opportunities. He doesn't chase the next big trend. He waits for the right pitch. This calm endurance is what separates lasting wealth from fleeting fortune. Quiet wealth is slow, steady, and deeply intentional. It's not built on hype, but on habits. True financial freedom isn't the result of a lucky break. It's the reward of patience, compounding quietly, year after year. Rule 6. Quiet income streams. In the architecture of quiet wealth, stability is built on multiple foundations. Relying on a single paycheck is the definition of financial fragility. True financial strength comes from cultivating quiet income streams, sources of money that work in silence, without fanfare, and without your constant involvement. While the myth says the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, the reality is simpler. Most have 3 or more solid ones. And for the quietly wealthy, these streams are designed to operate in the background. Think of a modest rental property held under an unremarkable LLC name, quietly sending cash flow every month. Or a dividend portfolio that deposits steady income each quarter, without any active effort. A $200,000 property earning $1,200 monthly can cover $14,000 a year in living expenses. A $100,000 dividend portfolio paying 4% annually delivers $4,000 effortlessly. These are not passion projects or side hustles plastered across social media. They're systems, engines that run quietly, freeing time while the money compounds. Consider Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Long before his company became a global empire, Walton was already diversifying quietly, owning farmland, investing in distribution, and creating supply chains that paid him from multiple directions. He didn't chase noise. He built networks that worked even when he wasn't watching. That's the essence of quiet income, wealth that doesn't shout but grows, consistently, invisibly, and powerfully, while you live your life. Rule 7. Practice financial privacy. In the quiet world of lasting wealth, privacy isn't about secrecy, it's about security. The truly wealthy understand that the moment people know you have money, the dynamics around you begin to change. Attention replaces authenticity. Every conversation starts to come with hidden motives, advice, requests, expectations. That's why quiet wealth is built behind closed doors. The financially disciplined don't reveal their full hand. They keep their income, investments, and net worth private, not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. Few embodied this more than Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Despite becoming one of the richest men in America, Walton drove an old pickup truck, wore simple clothes, and lived modestly in a small Arkansas town. His neighbors often had no idea how wealthy he truly was. He believed in letting his work, not his wallet, speak for him. Today, the quietly wealthy follow the same principle. They use discretion as a shield, setting up LLCs, trusts, and other legal structures to protect their assets and identities. Because in a world obsessed with exposure, real power lies in privacy. Their philosophy is simple. Let your results be your only announcement. Rule 8. Become a tax ghost. In the quiet game of wealth, taxes are not a once-a-year chore. They're a lifelong strategy. Most people think about taxes only in April. The wealthy think about them every time money moves. They understand a simple truth. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. Becoming a tax ghost doesn't mean evading the system. It means mastering it, legally, intelligently, and strategically. The quietly wealthy design their financial lives to minimize taxes at every level. They max out tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks and Roth IRAs. They know the difference between short-term and long-term capital gains and structure their portfolios to favor the latter. They use tools many overlook. The health savings account, with its triple tax advantage, or tax loss harvesting to offset investment gains. I once met a teacher earning $60,000 a year who redirected just $6,000 into a pre-tax retirement plan. Instantly, her taxable income dropped, saving her over $1,000 that year alone. Multiply that by decades, and it's the difference between retiring comfortably and working forever. The quietly wealthy play this game differently. Every move they make, every investment, contribution, and withdrawal is part of a larger tax strategy. To the outside world, it looks effortless. But behind the scenes, every decision is deliberate. That's the essence of becoming a tax ghost, moving through the system quietly, legally, almost invisibly, and keeping far more of what you earn. Conclusion: the quiet road to wealth. There you have it, the blueprint for building wealth without ever needing to show it. There's no secret formula, no overnight trick. It's a deliberate choice to play a different game, one that rejects the pressure to look rich and instead focuses on becoming rich. Quiet wealth is built in silence, through discipline, automation, patience, and privacy. It's not about showing off success. It's about securing freedom. Anyone can walk this path. It doesn't demand privilege or luck, only consistency, self-control, and the courage to think long-term. Remember that neighbor with the faded sedan? The one who never seemed to care about trends? They weren't ignoring the game. They were winning it quietly, because the real flex isn't the car you drive or the brand you wear. It's the calm assurance that your money works for you, your debts are gone, and your future is fully under your control. That's the kind of power no luxury can buy, but quiet wealth can build. If you found this video valuable, tap that like button, subscribe to Success Diary, and turn on notifications so you never miss a mindset that could reshape your financial future. And tell us, which quiet wealth rule will you start living by today? Start living by today. Start living by today.